For the first time in many months, I can finally say the A's are back on the field. The games don't count quite yet, but it's still baseball, so let's talk about it. The A's played their first spring training official game today against the LA Dodgers, obviously in Arizona, and they lost. But let's talk about it. This you kind of have to take this with a grain of salt because it's spring training. They're not going to play their best players, but let's talk about it. The A's lost 2-1. They played at their home stadium, Hohokam Stadium in Mesa, Arizona. And it was a very low-scoring game, obviously, 2-1. The only run for the A's came off of Cody Thomas. I've never heard of the guy, actually. He's a left fielder. He might be a rookie or something, or a new pickup. But that's good to see these new guys out there. And he was batted in from Seth Brown, and Seth Brown is, kind of like a backup player, but good to see him out there. And good game, I guess, in terms of just seeing how everything's going. For the A's, the pitchers were Dalton Jeffries, James Caprillion, Jordan Weems, Danny Jimenez, Domingo Acevedo, Ben Bracewell, and Argenis Angulo. Those guys are all kind of bench players, but I guess good to see it out there. And this game was kind of boring. 2-1 is a very low score for baseball. And it's the Dodgers too, the World Series champs. So they're probably gonna have a better lineup in general. But in the lineup was Ramon Laureano, Andrus, Pinder, Canna, Moreland, Allen, Reed, Brown, and Kemp. So kind of we have some starters in there from the normal lineup, and then some bench players, and then the Dodgers had some of their guys like Mookie Betts played, but not their entire lineup. And it's interesting to see what will happen because spring training kind of gives us an indication of kind of what's going to happen maybe for the year. You could do really good in spring training and do really good in the regular season. You could do vice versa. But I'm glad to see them back out on the field regardless of win or lose. They're going to play the Cincinnati Reds tomorrow at around noon. But for the Dodgers, their run, they had a pretty decent amount of hits. The A's only had 2 hits in the entire game. The Dodgers had 5. And their run came off of Zach McKinstry. So I've never heard of the dude, but good for him, I guess. And another run came off of Matt Davidson, their DH. So we have some things to work on. Corey Seager had an RBI. He's obviously a really good player. That's the one guy in the lineup. And Matt Davidson obviously had an RBI too. I think he homered. So that's how they got their runs. I'm not mad about this just because it's 2-1 and it's basically just the preseason. These are exhibition games. But the A's do fall to the Dodgers. We'll see how they do out there tomorrow. I don't have high expectations for spring training. It's spring training. But when the A's have their, regular games, we'll see what happens. Anyways, guys, that's it. 2-1. We'll fall to 0-1 in the spring training. But peace out, guys, and thanks for watching.